When he began his job as U.S. House Speaker in January, Kevin McCarthy had no idea of the wild ride he was in for. 9 months later, it ended in a historic fall after a small group of hardline Republicans narrowly won a vote to oust him.
I will not run for Speaker again.
Here's a look at how he got here.
Leader, are you going to stay in the race, Leader McCarthy? You're not wrapping up.
I'm not going anywhere.
At the beginning of the year, McCarthy was intent on winning the speakership and did so in the 15th round of voting over 4 days. But it happened only after McCarthy made some concessions, like agreeing to a demand by hardliners that any lawmaker would be able to call for his removal at any time. Coupled with his narrow 221 to 212 majority, that made it relatively easy for a single hard-right member to call for his ouster. The second decision, which led to his removal, came on Saturday, when McCarthy opted to avert triggering a partial government shutdown by introducing a stopgap funding bill that passed the House with more Democratic than Republican votes. That sparked a revolt led by Republican Matt Gaetz.
Chaos is Speaker McCarthy,
who was irked by McCarthy's failure to achieve deep spending cuts in that temporary measure.
You know, it was personal. It had nothing to do about spending.
McCarthy steered a narrow majority through a long spring standoff that saw the U.S. come close to defaulting on its $31.4 trillion in debt. Members of his own party repeatedly rejected measures McCarthy brought to the floor. But in the end, he forced President Joe Biden to negotiate a deal. Questions swirled as to what that would mean for McCarthy.
Do you worry that someone, because any one of them could, would bring a motion to vacate?
Not at all.
Worried about losing?
Not at all.
Democrats, meanwhile, were angry after McCarthy backed out of the May deal with Biden on spending levels. They grew angrier when he launched an impeachment inquiry into Biden. Here's House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries.
This is an illegitimate impeachment inquiry. Period. Full stop.
McCarthy isn't a standalone case, though. His ouster demonstrates a recent challenge that's overshadowed the Speaker's post for Republicans in recent years. John Boehner resigned from the post in 2015 after a struggle with rebellious conservatives.
I leave with no regrets, no burdens.
What changed your mind in terms of running for Speaker?
Now, several Republicans could enter a lengthy and likely messy battle to fill the vacant post in the House.